Food. It comes in all different shapes, sizes, and colors, and we currently have a wider variety of foods available than ever before. What kinds of effects do our daily food choices have on our health? A 2005 article from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition observed a trend. As our appetite for larger portions has increased, so has the rise in obesity. And one possible contributing factor to obesity is the increase in the amount of food we eat daily. Whether you prepare meals at home or dine out, do you ever think about what you're really eating and how much of it you should be consuming? Do you ever think about serving sizes? Serving sizes are recommendations to help consumers select the appropriate amount of each food group to eat daily. Serving sizes are usually expressed in terms of measurements, for example, a cup, a teaspoon, tablespoon, etc. To get a better idea of what you think about serving sizes, we surveyed the Oregon State University community, and this is what we found. 52% of people surveyed said they think they can easily judge the number of servings of the different food groups just by looking at a meal. Let's take a look at how a few volunteers responded when shown one of the three meals and asked to identify the number of servings of grains, protein, dairy, fruits, and vegetables.
So I'm looking at the burrito and I'm looking for grains. Of course, it's got a whole wheat tortilla. So I'm going to guess that that's one serving of grains. And I'm seeing beans too, and I'm not sure where you're placing beans. So I'm going to call them a vegetable technically. Now, I'm seeing a fair bit of protein here. This is a chicken burrito.
You can do it.
I'm seeing quite a bit. Basically, the whole top half looks like it's chicken. So I'm going to say 2 servings of protein.
But the chicken burrito has 5.5 1-ounce servings of protein, just over 1 serving of vegetables, and 6.5 ounces of grains. The addition of the chips and sour cream adds the equivalent of about 4 teaspoons of fat.
Like, how many servings of grains do you think is in this turkey sandwich?
Maybe 2.
Okay. And what about protein?
Maybe 3.
Okay. And let's say vegetables.
Probably like under 1.
The turkey sandwich provides 6 1-ounce servings of protein, 1 serving of vegetables, 3.5 ounces of grains, and about half a serving of dairy.
How many servings of grains do you think you got in that whole meal?
Probably way too many, like 4 maybe, 5.
And what about protein?
Oh yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay, and vegetables?
Probably 2 or 3.
Okay, and do you think there was fruit in any of that?
Maybe orange chicken, but not really.
The orange chicken, beef, and chow mein meal has 5 1-ounce servings of protein, about half a serving of vegetables, and almost 10 ounces of grains. We were able to obtain the actual amounts by weighing and measuring the components of each meal. We determined that only 20% of those surveyed could accurately guess the correct number of servings. So what is the best way to visualize serving sizes without having to use a scale or math?
So if you are at a party or out to eat, using your hands as a way to measure food is a very simple way to determine how many servings are in your meal. 1 cup is equal to about the size of a fist. That's good for beverages, cereals, and soups. A half a cup can be represented by cupping your hand, and that can be good for pasta, rice, and beans. 1 tablespoon can be represented by your thumb, and that's good for peanut butter, sour cream, or cream cheese. 1 teaspoon represents your thumb tip. That's good for butter and mayo or jams. And for protein, a 3-ounce serving is equal to about the size of the palm of your hand.
Another way to think about serving sizes is to compare the food to an object. For example, 2 tablespoons equals the size of a golf ball. 1 cup equals the size of a baseball. 1/2 cup equals the size of a light bulb. 3 ounces of meat is equal to the size of a deck of cards. 1 1/2 ounces of cheese is equal to the size of 3 dice. And a 3-ounce serving of a bread product is equal to the size of a hockey puck. Let's apply what you have learned. What are the amounts of each food group in this meal? There's 5 ounces of protein, 1 cup of vegetables, and 4 ounces of grains. A waffle with strawberries and hash browns has 1/3 cup of vegetables, 1 cup of fruit, and 2 ounces of grains. Now you try. This meal has 6 ounces of protein, 1 cup of vegetables, and 2 tablespoons of dairy. What about this one? A fruit and yogurt parfait with granola has 1/2 cup of fruit, 3 ounces of grains, and 8 ounces of dairy. 2 slices of a medium pepperoni pizza has 1/2 ounce of protein, 4½ ounces of grains, the equivalent of 1 1/4 cups of dairy, and also includes about 2 teaspoons of oil.
So when I go out to eat or to a barbecue, I feel like I now have a really good idea of what my plate should look like to make sure that I'm getting a really balanced diet. So let's dig in!